Stop torturing yourself with exhausting, restrictive diets that leave you feeling hungry, deprived, and miserable. The painful truth is that most popular diets completely miss the real reason you are holding on to stubborn belly fat, waking up exhausted, and feeling those deep aches in your joints as the years go by. You can count calories and eat leafy greens all day long, but if the lingering sugar from your evening meal remains trapped in your bloodstream overnight, it quietly turns into a toxic sludge that literally ages your cells while you sleep. So, I want you to forget everything you have been told about traditional dieting for a moment. What if the most powerful step you could take for your metabolic health, your daily energy, and your waistline wasn't about what you take away from your dinner plate, but rather one specific scientifically backed drink you add to your nighttime routine to flush that stubborn sugar out of your system by morning? Today, we are going to look closely at this hidden culprit behind our rapid aging and lost vitality, a state scientists call prolonged postprandial hyperglycemia. When sugar overstays its welcome in your blood, it acts like microscopic shards of glass, scraping your delicate blood vessels and binding to proteins to form advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These AGEs do exactly what their name implies. They age you from the inside out, stiffening your joints and clouding your mind. But you are in the right place to stop this cycle. By the end of our time together today, you will know exactly how to mix a simple, powerful nighttime elixir that acts like a gentle street sweeper for your bloodstream. We will walk through the exact ingredients, the undeniable science proving why they work, and how this nightly ritual can help you wake up feeling lighter, sharper, and ready to reclaim your independence. Before we get into the exact recipe and the science behind our ultimate sugar flushing drink, I want to warmly welcome you to our community. If you are looking to take control of your aging process and want to hear the kind of practical, science-backed senior health tips that often get overlooked, consider subscribing to our channel. We are building a family of proactive, health-conscious individuals here. I would love to know who is joining us today. So please drop a quick comment below and tell me, where are you watching from? The very first ingredient in our sugar flushing nighttime drink is something you probably already have sitting in your pantry right now, which is raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. I know the taste can be a bit sharp, but the biological mechanism behind this golden liquid is absolutely extraordinary. For those of us noticing our metabolism slowing down, the magic lies in a compound called acetic acid, which actively slows down the rate at which your stomach empties and inhibits the enzymes that digest starches. A landmark study published in the Journal of Diabetes Research demonstrated that consuming vinegar before bedtime reduced fasting blood sugar the very next morning by a staggering 4 to 6% in individuals with type 2 diabetes. Imagine this acetic acid acting like a gentle, natural scrub brush, moving through your arteries and sweeping away sticky sugar molecules before they have a chance to rust your cellular machinery. To harness this power, your actionable takeaway is to add exactly 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar, the kind with the cloudy mother still floating in it, to your evening drink mixture. Next up in our powerful nighttime elixir is the humble lemon, specifically the freshly squeezed juice of half a lemon. You might think of lemon as just a source of vitamin C or a simple flavor enhancer, but its role in blood sugar management is profound and deeply rooted in its highly acidic nature. When you introduce citric acid into your digestive system alongside the apple cider vinegar, it further lowers the pH of your meal's remnants, which drastically blunts the glycemic impact of whatever you ate for dinner. According to a comprehensive study detailed in the European Journal of Nutrition, the addition of lemon juice to a carbohydrate-rich meal can actually lower the subsequent blood glucose spike by up to 30% and delay stomach emptying by 28%. Think of lemon juice as stepping firmly on the brakes of a runaway train, stopping those rogue sugar molecules from crashing violently into your delicate cells. Your actionable takeaway here is to take half of a fresh lemon and squeeze the juice directly into your cup, making sure to avoid the seeds, but keeping a little bit of the pulp if you can, as that contains beneficial soluble fiber. The third critical element we are going to stir into this drink is a specific type of cinnamon, and I simply cannot overstate how important this spice is for your metabolic health. We are not talking about the cheap cinnamon you find in sweet baked goods, but rather true Ceylon cinnamon. As we age, our cells naturally become somewhat resistant to insulin, the vital hormone responsible for opening the cellular doors to let sugar in for energy. Cinnamon contains highly active compounds called polymers that literally mimic the action of insulin, forcing those stubborn cellular doors wide open. A fascinating clinical trial published in the Annals of Family Medicine found that consuming daily cinnamon can drop fasting blood sugar levels by up to 29%, while also significantly lowering dangerous LDL cholesterol. Imagine cinnamon as a beautifully crafted master key, effortlessly unlocking the rusted, stubborn doors of your cells so they can finally absorb and burn away that floating sugar. The takeaway action for you is to sprinkle exactly 1/2 teaspoon of high quality organic Ceylon cinnamon into your mixture, stirring vigorously so it infuses the liquid with its warming, insulin sensitizing properties. To bring all of these powerful ingredients together, we need a base liquid. And the fourth crucial component of our routine is pure, high quality chamomile tea. We are using chamomile not just for its mild, soothing flavor, but because managing blood sugar is intrinsically linked to managing your stress hormones. When you are tossing and turning, or even just feeling the low level anxiety that often accompanies chronic joint pain, your body releases cortisol, a survival hormone that actively signals your liver to dump stored sugar right back into your bloodstream. Chamomile contains a potent antioxidant called apigenin, which binds to specific receptors in your brain that initiate deep relaxation and lower that dangerous cortisol. In fact, a rigorously controlled study featured in the Journal of Endocrinological Investigation revealed that drinking chamomile tea daily over an 8-week period significantly lowered HbA1c levels, which is the long-term marker of blood sugar in diabetic patients, compared to a control group who only drank water. Picture this warm chamomile base as a heavy, comforting, weighted blanket wrapping around your frayed, exhausted nervous system, telling your liver that it is finally safe to power down and stop producing excess sugar. Your straightforward takeaway is to boil some fresh water, steep 1 bag of pure chamomile tea for about 5 minutes to extract maximum apigenin, and then use this hot tea as the base into which you mix your apple cider vinegar, lemon, and cinnamon. Now, having the perfect drink is only half the battle, because the fifth vital point we need to discuss is the exact timing and the nighttime routine that surrounds this elixir. You cannot simply drink this while mindlessly scrolling through stressful news on your phone and expect a miracle. The biological rhythm of your body, your circadian rhythm, dictates how sensitive you are to insulin. And poor sleep is a massive driver of high blood sugar. A well-known study from the University of Chicago Medical Center demonstrated that restricting sleep to just 4 hours for a few nights in a row reduced insulin sensitivity by a shocking 30%, putting entirely healthy individuals temporarily into a pre-diabetic state. The ritual of making and consuming this drink must be designed to trigger a relaxing parasympathetic nervous system response. Think of this deliberate timing as setting the high-tech security alarm for your home before you go to bed, ensuring that all the metabolic doors are locked and the internal repair crew can safely go to work without interruption. Your actionable takeaway here is to consume this warm, comforting drink exactly 30 to 45 minutes before your head hits the pillow in a dimly lit room with all digital screens completely turned off. If you are finding these detailed, science-backed tips useful so far, and you can already imagine incorporating this relaxing ritual into your evening, please take a quick moment to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who might be silently struggling with fatigue and joint pain, entirely unaware that their evening blood sugar is the culprit. Moving on to the sixth essential element of our overnight sugar flushing protocol, we have to talk about a hidden mineral deficiency that is sabotaging your efforts, which is a lack of magnesium. Even with our incredible tea mixture, if your cells are starved of magnesium, they simply cannot process glucose efficiently. Magnesium acts as a crucial cofactor for over 300 biochemical reactions in the human body, including the very enzymes that metabolize carbohydrates. An exhaustive meta-analysis published by the Harvard Medical School analyzing over 1 million participants concluded that those with the highest magnesium intake had a staggering 33% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Imagine magnesium as the vital spark plug in your car's engine. You can put all the premium fuel into the tank, but without that spark plug, the engine is just going to flood and stall. To address this, your takeaway is to take a high quality magnesium glycinate supplement with your nighttime tea, or if you prefer a food-based approach, dissolve a tiny pinch of mineral-rich Celtic sea salt into your chamomile brew to provide trace amounts of this essential metabolic spark plug. The seventh and final crucial piece of this puzzle is a gentle physical habit you must pair with your new drink routine, and that is a brief post-dinner walk. I know that when your knees are aching and your lower back feels stiff, the very last thing you want to do after eating is to go for a walk. But we are not talking about a strenuous workout here. We are talking about utilizing the simple mechanics of your muscles to act as a sponge for the sugar circulating in your blood. Because when you contract your large leg muscles, they pull glucose straight out of your bloodstream to use for immediate fuel without even needing insulin. A fascinating study published in the journal Sports Medicine found that a light walk of as little as 2 to 5 minutes after a meal can significantly moderate blood sugar levels, reducing the post-meal glucose spike by roughly 17% compared to just sitting or lying down. Picture this short walk as burning away the dry, dangerous kindling scattered around your campsite before you go to sleep, completely removing the fuel before it has a chance to turn into a raging, uncontrollable forest fire in your arteries. Your takeaway action is incredibly simple. After your last bite of food for the day, before you sit down to watch television, just walk at a leisurely, comfortable pace for 10 to 15 minutes, even if it is just pacing back and forth through your hallway or out to the garden and back. So let us take a moment to briefly recap the incredible, life-changing routine you are going to start tonight. You are going to finish your dinner and take a gentle 10 to 15 minute stroll to let your muscles soak up that initial wave of glucose. Then, about 30 minutes before bed, you are going to brew a cup of calming chamomile tea. Into that tea, you will stir 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar, the fresh juice of half a lemon, and a half teaspoon of true Ceylon cinnamon. You will sit in a quiet, dimly lit room, sip this warm, comforting elixir, perhaps alongside a magnesium supplement, and let the science go to work while you drift off into a deep, restorative sleep. I want to remind you with absolute certainty that you hold so much more power over your health and your aging process than you have ever been led to believe. You are not at the mercy of your genetics, and you certainly do not have to accept chronic fatigue, brain fog, or stiffness as simply the cost of getting older. Every single night is a brand new opportunity to reset your biology, to flush out the toxins that are slowing you down, and to wake up feeling a little bit more vibrant and a little bit more like the energetic person you know you are inside. Your independence, your ability to play with your grandchildren, to travel, to tend to your home. These are all built on the foundation of the small daily choices you make. I would love to hear from you as we wrap up today. What is the one thing you are most looking forward to doing with more energy and less pain once you get your blood sugar under control? Please leave your answer in the comments below, because sharing your goals inspires everyone else reading them. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because your health, your vitality, and your precious independence are absolutely worth fighting for every single day. Take this knowledge, brew your tea tonight, and rest well, knowing that tomorrow is the first day of a healthier, brighter chapter in your life.